Hey, book lovers, welcome back to Shelf Addiction, the podcast where we dive deep into the pages of thriller and fantasy reads. I'm your host, Tamara, and today we are covering our September thriller buddy read where a true crime podcaster and a suspect solve a crime. But first, a quick heads up, if you crave the full visual experience and want to ditch the ads, head on over to Patreon. You'll unlock ad-free video episodes, exclusive after shows, and other bonus content. If you prefer audio only, Spreaker listeners, you too have access. After shows and exclusives are now available there. And coming soon to Spotify. So get excited over there on Spotify. If you're listening there, you can sign up too. All right. So if you want even more bookish banter, join our community over on the Book Club's app. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening. Speaking of community, I'm thrilled to welcome back my fabulous thriller mystery co-host and friend, Classy from the Bookish Virtual Assistant. Welcome back, Classy.
Hi, Tamara. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's a hot day today. I don't know what happened.
Oh, yeah, it did get a little warm.
Yeah, my house is like, we turned our air off because it was like in the 60s, like high 60s, low 70s. We turned it off. We like, yay, fun, great. Today it's like 80 degrees and my house is like 85.
Oh, and then it's got to catch up.
Yeah, but now...
Did you turn it back on or no?
We decided to just kind of bear through it because it's going to make another turn and it's going to get cool again like in a day or so. So
okay,
we're like trying to hang in there. So I'm a little warm.
Girl, I got a fan over here, but I know I can't turn it on. But anywho.
Yeah.
If you see this mic go off, I mean, I got warm.
If I see the mute, I know it's because you turned the fan on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame you.
Yes.
Yeah. The links to find both of us on our socials are in the show notes, so click around and do all the things. As always with Book Chats, we talk full spoilers here, so spoiler alert, you've been warned. Today we are discussing the book Listen for the Lie, written by Amy Tintera. The audiobook is narrated by January Lavoie and her husband, Will Dameron. Published March 4th, 2025 by Celadon Books and Macmillan Audio. The hardcover is 336 pages. The unabridged audio is 9 hours and 18 minutes. Classy, would you kindly share the synopsis?
Absolutely. What if you thought you murdered your best friend? And if everyone else thought so too? And what if the truth doesn't matter? Lucy and Savvy were the golden girls of their small Texas town. Pretty, smart, and enviable. Lucy married a dream guy with a big ring and an even bigger new home. Savvy was the social butterfly loved by all, and if you believe the rumors, especially popular with the men in town. But after Lucy is found wandering the streets covered in her best friend Savvy's blood, everyone thinks she is a murderer. It's been years since that horrible night, a night Lucy can't remember anything about, and she has since moved to LA and started a new life. But now the phenomenally huge hit true crime podcast, Listen for the Lie, and its too good-looking host, Ben Owens, has decided to investigate Savvy's murder for the show's second season. Lucy is forced to return to the place she vowed never to set foot in again, to solve her friend's murder, even if she is the one who did it. The truth is out there, if we just listen.
Dun, dun, dun. So, Mr. Ben looking like an Avenger, according to the grandmother.
Right? No, he looks better than Chris Evans.
Yes.
I was like,
that's what I said
okay,
too.
Granny. Okay, Gran.
Right. All right, high level. What you think?
I was like, that's a cute little cozy mystery. I'm not sure if it really has the elements of a cozy mystery, but I kind of felt like it was cute. It was small town lies, lots of lies. Also felt like, a lot of the themes that they were bringing out, the secrets and deceit of small towns or just the towns, and how this murder surfaced a lot of things that was going on outside of just Savvy's murder.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's cute, but I didn't think cozy exactly. I think the elements of the grandmother, like dragging her back there, like those things kind of lent itself to the cozy, I guess, feeling. But high level, I enjoyed it. I think the audiobook was well done. I like that pairing of
Excellent.
audiobook narrators. Was the
Mhm.
story surprising? Nah, not really.
Yeah.
Not really, but,
Yeah.
I can't really expect too much nowadays.
I know. I know. And the cozy part, it was, and I won't say like warm and fuzzy.
Mhm,
It gave me cozy mystery feels.
mhm,
You know, it had the small town element, the crime was off page. Um, the only thing it didn't have was like the little what would they call it? A hook, you know, like a certain setting. But I wonder if we could call the podcast the little setting. Got the amateur sleuth, which is Ben Owens, the
mhm,
podcaster. Um, I would say the characters were relatable. You had the town social butterfly, the popular, you know, that was the coziness that I was kind of talking about. It kind of reminded me of a cozy
mhm.
mystery. But I know it didn't have like all of the elements that a cozy mystery would have, but yeah, it was entertaining. I agree. I enjoyed the podcast, the production of the audiobook with the podcast, which has become a very popular writing style. I can't remember what was the first podcast we read.
I
Oh,
feel
what
like
was her
it
name?
was a
Golden something.
was it a
It was
Simone
the
St.
one with
James book?
no, it
No?
was the one where the with the swimmer and the young girl. Somebody died in a
Hmm.
swimming accident. Somebody Golden, I think, was the lady's name or something like that.
Night Swim?
S-
Does that sound
Night
right?
Swim. I think that might be. Who is the author?
Uh, Megan Golden.
Yes, yes. I believe that was our first podcast book. And I can't remember when, but like ever since that book, I don't know, when was that
That's
published?
let's see, it was published in 2020.
Okay. And I mean, there's probably others out there, but that has been a really popular element to use in books now is the podcast theme.
Mhm.
And and I believe even like with that one, you know, she because I remember us reading that and we were like, oh my God, we love how she did the, you know, the layout. It was as if they were producing the podcast right there for the reader. I also feel like I'm not sure if this book would have been as enjoyable as a read, you know, if I read it and not listened to it.
Mhm.
Um, I believe the audiobook brought another level to the book. I think if I read it, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm curious to kind of see what that looked like on the page. But
Mhm.
the podcast, we had music, we had sounds. It was like, it would break in and we had, of course, because there were a male and female narrator, we really felt like we were hearing interviews. Those
Mhm.
things really added a lot. And I see why this I guess, type of book is popular because the true crime podcasts are still popular. And
Yeah.
I actually listen to them, excuse me. And now I actually thought when I was reading this book, this is a podcast I would probably listen to. Like,
Yeah.
if this was a real podcast, I would be tuning in because it sounds interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the way he set up his interviews, you
Hmm.
know, um, the way he would release them based up, it was salacious.
It was
I mean,
salacious.
it was like a little soap opera.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, there was some good twists in there, and and the pacing was nice. But I really do think that if I had to read this book, I may not have enjoyed it as much.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I do, before we get too far into things, I do want to talk about a couple trigger warnings because some stuff, like you said, was off page, but some stuff was on page. Savvy's murder was actually on page. We got that when she finally remembered. Intimate
Mhm.
partner abuse is on page. We saw it.
Mhm.
Things that weren't kind of on page, I guess they were there, but alcoholism, infidelity, and
Yeah.
sexual assault also was
Right.
brought up.
So okay. So yes, definitely.
Yeah, because we're gonna talk
Yeah,
about
it
those
was brought.
things.
Yeah, they were brought up further. Yeah, probably closer to the end of the book. Yeah, you're right. That is true.
Mhm.
Some trigger warnings.
Yeah, let's just jump into it. Like, the killer is always the guy who seems nice, right?
Unsuspecting.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's unassuming, he's really friendly,
Unassuming.
he's really and, like, okay, so I kinda knew.
He's always the best friend
Yeah.
of the girl. Yeah.
So when old boy kissed Lucy and she thought the kiss was disgusting, she's like, "Why is this just bleh?"
Sloppy and nasty.
I said, "Ew,
Girl, I had a
gross."
visual. This was me.
Yeah, ew,
I've had
gross.
one of them before.
I mean, just get back, you know?
Yeah, I've had one before, and you immediately get the vibes that this is not going
Mm,
the way. Mm-mm.
mhm.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
so into it, and to the point where the one scene that really told it to me was when she said, "I wasn't kissing him back." I was kinda just standing there, and he's still
yeah.
like I'm like, "Oh, no."
Still, right? He's still kissing it. That's like when the knee to the groin.
Mhm,
Sorry, that was just me. But
mhm.
anywho,
But that gave it away. I said, "Oh, it's him." I said, "Something
hmm
wrong with him. Something is very wrong."
yeah, I knew it was him when um what's his name? Ben interviewed most of the people, and he interviewed, like, I think he interviewed a few of them more than once, or their story was a little longer than Emmett's. His name is Emmett,
Mhm,
folks. But Emmett's interview was just like, it was so brief that when she went back and asked Ben, when did Emmett say he left the party? I'm just like, damn it, he did interview Emmett. Like, I remember
mhm.
Nina's interview. I remember Matt's interview and the other people's interview. But Emmett's interview was just so brief and short that I'm like, okay, what did he talk about again?
Right.
So yeah, there were some giveaways.
Yeah, there were
Yeah, there
clues.
was some. hmm
Hmm,
Yeah, but that nasty kiss.
that was gross. And then the flashback, I knew I was waiting on the moment for someone to directly do something that they did before that would trigger Lucy's memory. I was waiting on
hmm
it. Because at first I
Right.
thought, is the husband going to give it to her or the ex husband? No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got,
That's who I thought too.
yeah, she had a little something from him, but not all of it. It was incomplete. Um,
Yeah.
but when
Right, their
Emmett,
little fight yeah.
the trigger was, it was the smell of the paint on his hands when he touched her face. Then it
Mhm.
was just like, "Oh my god." And that was,
Yeah.
like, the final tick, although what started it, the very beginning, she's sitting in her car, and she sees Emmett grab Nina, and she's like, "Wait a minute."
That feels real familiar.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So then she's already kinda panicked, and then after, it just came back like that,
Yeah.
all of it.
And sense of smell and sound and music and things, those are all things that will trigger memories. I don't know
Mhm,
if you've ever heard that before, like, your sense of smell and any kind of music, those type of things will trigger. But yeah, I when you say that, I remember that scene very clearly,
mhm,
that she's watching in real time, but going back, how many years was that? 4 or 5 years to that night
mhm.
when this all occurred. So yeah.
Ugh. So I
Yeah.
think even though it wasn't surprising, the reveal was quite good. It was quite entertaining.
Mhm.
and it was fast moving. Like once it started, you want to see kind of how that was going to end. And Lucy is an interesting character because of the history she's had with her ex. She
Mhm.
fights.
Mhm.
And Emmett was not expecting to be cocked in the face like that. She like hauled off and punched him. And it wasn't a
Yeah.
really good punch because she was off tilter, but they continued to fight. And I mean, fight it out. He's swinging a hammer at her.
Yeah. Yeah. She wasn't going down.
Uh-uh.
Well, and that from Ben's interviews with people from her past, she wasn't afraid. Um, and neither was Savvy. Both of them were fighters, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lucy was a fighter, which surprised me, and I don't know why it surprises me. That she stayed with Matt for so long. Like you have to fight his ass back. Like, I mean, not to fight him back, but he's abusive, and you're spending most of your time fighting him. And then his excuse would be, "Oh, go ahead and tell, because I'll tell him you fought me, you hit me too, or something." And I'm
Yeah.
like, but those are relationships. Everybody's relationship is different, so I can't really say I'm surprised.
Well, Lucy did tell us. She says on the page, I when it was good between us, it was really good.
Mhm.
And she was
Yeah.
like enamored with the sexual relationship they had, right? She loved how
Right.
they were in that way. So I think not only that, she didn't think people would believe her, right? And she had
Yeah,
this,
because
the town,
yeah, yeah, and because he was beloved,
everyone
he
loved him.
presented he was a little narcissist. He presented himself as the best thing since sliced bread. He came for money. Um, yeah, everybody who wouldn't want Matt.
Yeah. So she
Yeah.
had her reasons. And,
Mhm.
it's not like she was a helpless person. She probably could have got out sooner, but she was kind of just floating there. She was having affairs. He was having affairs. They fight it
Mhm.
out sometimes and then they carry on. It was very
Mhm.
weird. They had a very, like, almost codependent, but scary. It wasn't like, because she
It
could have
was.
walked away from that. She could have,
Mhm. Yeah.
but she didn't.
Right. Savvy said it many times.
Mhm,
Besides, I mean, Savvy wanted to kill, kill, kill. But yeah, she could have. But
mhm,
there were some things I think she was just still dealing with um about herself. And then when the shit just got really crazy at the wedding, that end part, she was like, "You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go.
mhm,
Let's both just leave." But
mhm.
it was too late. Well, too late for Savvy.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Savvy
Mhm,
and her character, because you mentioned how interesting Lucy was. Savvy was interesting, and there was one uh part of Savvy's characterization that I was like, okay, so what was the importance of bringing that up? Um, Not sure about her killing a man um, some years before. Um, And, so in the story, Lucy is, which I thought was really weird at a certain point, that voice, that constant voice, let's
mhm.
kill. And I'm like, but I know that was to throw us off, because now it's like, oh, this woman she has different personalities. She hears voices to kill, but it was actually Savvy's voice that was telling her, let's kill, because Savvy had killed a man so many years before who too was a creep who wouldn't take no for an answer
Right.
at a bar in college, I believe. I don't know. It might have been in a bar. So she once she had that desire to kill, it was nothing to her to want to kill again. And her out for Lucy was, let's just kill Matt.
Yeah,
Let's just get this over with.
so Savvy was the one pressuring Lucy to kill him.
Mhm.
And I think that's why the author disclosed that she had killed before, because she felt confident she could get away with it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which makes sense, which also kind of reinforces why Lucy keeps hearing Savvy say, let's kill. Although it's like, because she wasn't really dealing with it, she was kind of amplifying that herself by constantly thinking of ways to kill people. Like, it's like she became
Yeah.
obsessive about it.
Right. I mean, because it wasn't just a point of whenever a man who treated her wrong, her solution was kill. No, when her mother was around, she was like, When her father was around, I could just, it was just different ways that she could just end their life.
Yeah.
So,
Now, that part, I think, was not necessary.
yeah.
Because honestly, it didn't mean anything. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't a misdirect. I didn't think anything of it. I said, why is she doing that? But I didn't think she was like off her rocker or anything. I'm like, why is she doing that? Like, why is she obsessed with that? And it became clear why. But
Mm.
I kind of thought it was a throwaway, because if the author was trying to make me think that she might have done it by using that device, it didn't work for me.
Yeah. No, no. That was too in our face. That was
Mm-hmm.
too obvious. But it was just, to the point of this she just wants to, and then and she, that humor element, because all of a sudden it would be kill, 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 and then it would just, she would flip it to something humorous.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't take her serious, but it did get to be a little annoying after a while. Let's kill.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. At first, it was creepy. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, what in the hell? But then after it was used so many times, it just blew over.
Yeah.
And that, yeah. And that was another thing. Like, she did use repetition was a lot. Like, that she used a lot. I can't remember what word. I thought I wrote it down. Like, there was one word she used so many times. I was like, can we find another word?
Hmm. You
How did
sound
she?
like
Oh, it
me
was.
with the word milk.
Oh, it was a term she used to describe Ben.
Huh. Oh, she's
Smug,
smug. Yes,
smug,
yes.
smug. That smug look on his face.
Mhm.
I wanted to, how they would say smack that smug. I wanted to smack that word out of the book.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I could go back and count how many times that word was used. Like, really, Amy,
Look, if I
we could
had the
not find
ebook,
enough.
I'd search it.
Yeah. But those were, just some of the little gripes I had is, the repetition, the let's kill, the constant voices, the word smug. Um, but it was an entertaining book. The pacing was good. It wasn't too slow.
Mhm.
Um,
You know what? To go back to the let's kill stuff, I feel like it had even less of an impact on me when we got to the end of the book and then we found out that Lucy never wanted to kill Matt. Never. She didn't even want to do it. And she basically tells Savvy that. And she's like, okay, that's when they decide to run away. So why were
mhm,
you obsessing like that? Like, what was it?
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't really match.
And I think that may have been, maybe I used the wrong way to describe that, but that's what I felt like. That kill, kill, kill. What was the purpose of us hearing that?
Mm-hmm.
That let's kill, kill, kill.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end, the kill, kill, kill was because, like you said, Lucy had done it before. She thought she could get away with it again. But why is it becoming a constant voice for Lucy, darn near in everyday life? In any little situation, she hears her friend say, let's kill.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't want to do it.
Yeah. So I just had the biggest plot hole just smack me in the face.
Mm.
So during the investigation, again, this is that you can't trust county police type of situation, because Think about this.
Haven't we said this
Yes, you
before?
can't trust counties. That is what one of the true crime podcasters I listen to say. They say that all the time. But it's true. So think about it. When they found Lucy and she had all the blood on her, why didn't they test all the blood all over her? Because Emmett was bleeding.
Yep.
They attacked him. Why didn't they test all the blood on Savvy? Because she would have had some of Emmett's blood as well. They would have been like, whose other blood is this?
Other blood is this.
Who is that? Someone was there.
Yeah. And the town really didn't take this murder serious. I mean, you're still not investigating? This woman's, she can't remember. That's fine. But you're still not investigating who killed this girl?
It's a cold case. I think they just decided it was open.
But like you were saying, can't trust county. Here you have all this blood. She was full of blood.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, I think she mentioned, didn't she say something to Matt like, I had to do it? What did she have to do? So Matt assumed she said, I had to kill Savvy.
Mm-hmm.
But what was that statement for? I had to do what? What did she have to do? That was one of the things like I questioned. I'm like, I never really got an answer for that one.
Yeah, that was part that was kind of missing.
Yeah, I had to do it. And then, so yeah, that plot hole, definitely.
I'm like, that is such a huge gaping hole. Forensics, this was like 2020. Like, it's present day, not 1980.
No, even when you're a small town, you can send that stuff somewhere.
Can't trust county.
Stop it. That's going to be your line every time.
Yes.
Now you're going to make me look for that whenever we have another mystery and a bumbling cop or Barney Fife does something crazy. I'm going to be like, okay, what has county missed in this mystery?
And I have to give credit where credit due. That phrase comes from Creep Time podcast. They have a little song when it comes on, and they have a voice that says, "You can't trust county." So that is where I got it from, and I can never get Creep Time, the podcast, and it's never left my head since then. They do true crime.
Yeah.
It was such a perfect line, and it fits every single one of these books, I swear.
Yeah, it basically does.
Yeah.
But and then I did realize too, like, when they mention listen to the lie, if you listen to the lie, and in this podcast, like, which each reveal somebody, a lie was revealed about somebody in the town. Let's see, the mother and, I can't remember, Colin.
Yeah.
And I think that was all those little red herrings, every time a podcast was revealed, we learned somebody else was lying, which led to, did they do it? Or did the next person do it? That dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm.
Which also led us to believe, well, it can't be that one. We can mark him off the list.
Right.
Can't be that one. Mark that one off the list. So yeah.
Although I have to admit, so like as they were revealing who lied here, who slept with who, like, affairs came out the closet, lies came out the closet, people who said they never left the wedding did leave the wedding, like all kind of things were coming out. But I have to say I was the most disgusted with, like, when she had all her memories back, I was really disgusted with how Matt and her parents kind of just
like just accepted what her friend Emmett said.
So Emmett said it to Matt, and then Matt said it to her parents, and the parents didn't know about Emmett because Matt said he would keep a secret.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, why Matt, and that was another thing that I did not understand between Matt and Emmett. What was the secret? What were you keeping? What was a secret? What was such a big secret that you would just believe your wife would do something? A character, except for all I could think of with that secret part when she said, I had to do it. Did that make you just believe she did it because her comment was, I had to do it?
Well, yeah, I think so, because honestly, he didn't even like Savvy. Matt didn't like Savvy. Savvy
That's
didn't like
true.
her,
Okay.
him. And I think that he also said to Lucy, he thought that maybe she had did something and it was his fault because he triggered the violence in her. The way they were messing around with each other, he thought that that was his
Mm.
fault because she's now a violent person and she wasn't before.
But she was.
I wouldn't say violent. She did something to some guy that was doing something wrong, but she didn't like beat his
True.
ass. So
Yeah, I guess so.
she had one
But
incident.
right, and they tried to mark her as a well. What now? Who did they say was quick to cut a bitch? Wasn't it her?
Yeah, they were all saying that, but there was no
Just
proof
because
of
there
that.
wasn't.
It was rumored.
Yeah,
Some people
that's true.
start talking. There's no proof of her
There's no
having
truth.
confrontations with people, just like the people are saying that her and Savvy were arguing. They weren't. They were not
Right.
arguing at all.
No. No. That's
So,
true. But yeah,
um,
that's just like I really wish I knew what was the secret and all I could think of is this secret that Matt would keep would be I don't know, like what could you possibly keep with Emmett? What kind of secret would you keep except for Emmett knew you like to beat on Lucy? I don't know.
I think the
But those were
secret was they are both going to say they weren't out there
mm,
because Matt never said he was out there.
that's true.
He said
And
he went
then
home.
he right, and he never revealed that Emmett was out there as well.
Right. So the secret was we
Oh,
both gonna keep
child.
a secret that we were never here.
Right, because if I tell that I was out there, that means I know
Mhm.
more than true.
Yeah.
Oh, gee
And although
whiz.
Matt didn't even see, which is a part of Lucy's case to her parents, Matt didn't see what happened. He just
No.
said. He never saw me do it. So why would you just assume he's telling the truth?
Oh, because he's Golden Boy. Why would Matt do something like that?
That's wild.
He yeah.
Most parents don't love their daughter's husband like that. If anything crazy
No.
happened like that, they will be side eyeing him. I don't care how nice he's been.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna believe
Right.
you say my daughter killed somebody. Mm-mm.
Right. And
I
now
need to
she
talk
can't
to her.
remember the whole time. If that was my daughter, I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And now she can't remember anything. How do you know that? I'd have been like up in the police, like something going on here.
Yeah, you guys need to do a little more investigating.
Yeah. Crazy. It didn't make sense.
See, when you say can't trust county, see cozy mystery. See, telling you, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Bumbling Caps County, and then Savvy. You know the lie about Savvy. Oh, she was beloved. She was just the nicest thing. They did not love Savvy.
No. And actually, I want to talk about why people do that. But first, we're going to take a quick break. It's time to
Yeah,
take a break.
can't speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys check out these commercials by listening to those. You are supporting the podcast. While you're at it, pick up a copy of the book review journal available on Amazon. The link is in the show notes, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So the thing that people do about the dead, and I hate that. I hate it. So once someone
Don't
dies,
speak.
suddenly they become a saint, and people forget all the things they did.
Because you can't speak ill of the dead.
Fuck that. If they inhale, and I'm gonna say everything they did. That is why
They were ill when they were alive.
look, that is the treatment Savvy got. She got the golden girl treatment.
Yeah, because they made Lucy out to the things that they were making Lucy out to be was actually Savvy.
Mm-hmm.
That characterization.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm listening and I'm like, y'all flip these two things. So yeah, that they do that a lot. Yeah, I see that a lot where, oh, they were so sweet and they did this and they did that. And I was like, y'all don't remember? She was a hell on wheels. She was
Yeah.
hell on wheels.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about just other people, but yeah.
In general.
Yeah, like they were piece of shit.
Doing bad stuff, but yet when they pass, oh, they were
Waking
awesome.
up.
It was so great.
Let God be that judge. Because he sees all. What
Right.
I saw was not.
I see that. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And that's
I ain't see
unfortunate
none of
because that made Lucy seem even more guilty because everyone was putting this like halo over Savvy. They
Yeah.
automatically said, well, obviously one's good and one's bad.
Yeah.
And
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. And they probably just did that because she's got blood all over and she can't remember. It's got to be her.
but she had,
It's
and
got to
that's
be.
another thing that sounds crazy. She had a head wound. How do you fake a memory
Right.
loss when you clearly have a head wound? It's not like you're saying, I can't remember, but there's nothing wrong with your head.
Mm-hmm.
He hit her with a freaking hammer. She had a head wound
Yeah.
in the head.
It was documented. Yeah. It was totally
And
documented.
this fool kept the
And I mean,
hammer.
you can't just fake that. There's medical diagnosis to prove that this
Honestly,
woman had. Yeah.
she's lucky she wasn't in a coma
Oh, right.
after he knocked her upside the head with a
I
hammer.
know. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, this wasn't no little branch. I
No.
think they hit her with a branch 1st and then he hit her with a
He
hammer
had the hammer and then somehow switched to the branch and then he grabbed the hammer again. They fought.
again.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell?
I would fucking run. I feel like if someone tried to hit me with a hammer, I would fucking run for my life. I would just run.
Yeah. But after you get hit that one time though, that blow, I just know I got hit. I had a concussion. I got hit with something pretty hard. And that blow,
It makes you just,
yeah, you're disoriented. Yeah, I was hospitalized. I won't tell you who gave me that concussion. Tell you off camera.
Okay.
But anywho, yeah, I was hit with a old school telephone receiver
Oh my God, them things are heavy.
back of my head.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And
Damn.
you are literally
You're like
to the
brained with
point.
it. Like,
Yeah, because you're just like, what? For one, it's what the fuck just happened because you're
yeah.
not sure, and then second, where you're just like, you're disoriented. It's a crazy ass feeling. Yeah,
I don't know.
and that was done by a relative.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
family, honey, family.
See,
Yeah,
that's wild.
yeah,
I don't know,
but
but
yeah,
I there was just so many gaps in this case that didn't make sense. And then just the whole town to turn against her just seemed weird.
yeah,
And her
and then
family. Like,
yeah. And then Ben coming in to want to solve this. Um, uh, can we say, or I'm just going to say, granted, she didn't have good sex in a long time, but did her and Ben really have to have sex for this story?
no,
Was that necessary,
no,
Amy?
it was
Was
not
it?
necessary. But,
Granted, he was hot. And
yeah,
she hadn't had good sex. And I'm saying this because it was mentioned
yes,
several
that was
times.
the reason. That was the,
Yeah.
yep.
Again, repetition, you all, is used frequently in this book. So yeah, but I was just like,
Well, without the sex, we couldn't have had the scene where she's like, "I'm gonna kill you." I said, I thought about killing you with that cup over there, with that lamp. And that scene,
right. And then I strangle you
right,
as I get on top.
right, and he liked it. I'm like, oh, we're doing
This
that
was my
now.
face
We're
this is my face while I'm listening.
she's choking him, and we're doing that. I'm like, that escalated.
I'm like,
Like, what?
really?
What? Okay.
I think to the point like she choked him out and
She
he
did. She did choke him for real. And
yeah.
that's why I was like, he liked it. He liked it very much. And
I
then,
forget what they call that, but he liked it. And I was like, "Oh, righty, Amy. Come on back. Reel us in." Let's get back to the mystery.
Yeah, and how we got to leave that scene was, after they're done doing whatever on the chair, she's like, "Oh, I'll think of more ways to kill you later," or something. I'm like, "Girl, what the? Okay,
And I
girl."
said that, and then I'm like, okay, so did that change his mind? Like, I really got to solve this mystery now. Like, what? Why was that important? Why was that needed in this
It
story?
wasn't. It
Because
wasn't.
your whole goal was just to solve this crime, right? For your
Mhm.
season 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But,
I thought that was,
also the author had to make us understand how hot Lucy was and that everyone was constantly looking at her, even when she wasn't a murder suspect. She is a 10, apparently.
yeah, her grandma said, out of all my grandchildren, you're the most attractive.
Yeah, so I guess 2 hot people had to get together, I guess.
Okay, guys, I
She
just gave the biggest eye
she
roll.
did.
I think my head hurts.
But
I rolled
but
my eyes so hard.
but what else will be the reason for that? I don't.
I know. I don't either. Like, let me throw in a sex scene here. Like,
Mhm.
was it word count? What the fuck?
We didn't need it.
No.
And they still could have got back to tried to hang out with each other again when she got back to LA anyway,
Yeah,
but we
like
didn't
they
need
could have,
that.
we could tell there was an attraction.
Mhm.
That, you know what I mean? Like, we could tell there's an attraction there. But did we need to the point where no.
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 No, we did not. It was
Mm-mm,
unnecessary.
mm-mm.
And I think it kinda did mess with his credibility a little bit. Like, why even
Yeah,
have the assistant
Paige
there to
told him.
reprimand him? Yeah, why just
Paige was
extra.
like, "You thinking with your dick again?" I felt like he's done this before. The way Paige was saying, like, "You,
And can we
dude, you
talk
thinking with
about
your dick again?"
how they had several rounds, several instances of unprotected sex? Like,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Like, you're not okay, so
Well,
the
you see how
first
she threw that in there a little bit, like, "Oops, I
I
forgot."
know, but that was the first time, but you continue to do it?
Hmm. Right?
What
Because
is
he
wrong
said,
with y'all?
"No, I'm not raw dogging. I'm not raw dogging all across L.A. Nope, not
Just you.
me."
Which I just think that's ridiculous. Why would you even go to me, why even point it out if you're gonna have them keep doing it?
Hmm.
Let us think what we wanna think, like.
Yeah, that's again why she should have just stuck to mystery because a romance author would have fixed all that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, they make sure when they're putting those type of elements in a book, it's going to be either, like consent, unprotected, it's all going to be figured out.
Mm.
This was
It was
just,
messy.
hmm, it was. It really was.
It's messy. Everybody's sleeping with each other.
Yeah, y'all all nasty. The mom and daddy just, nothing. I won't even go there. It was. This small town,
Everyone had
there
affairs in
should
their
be,
marriage, everybody.
it should be some steps, some half siblings all over that town.
So, Savvy's high school best friend, Nina, was sleeping around on her husband. They got divorced. Nina
Mhm.
was messing around with Matt.
Mhm. Which is Lucy's
Yeah.
ex-husband.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. And then, which she still was messing around with him to this day.
Mhm. Yep. Lucy's mom was sleeping with Nina's boyfriend at the wedding, and they may or may not have been sleeping together before and after
Yeah,
the
she
wedding.
claimed it was a one-time thing or something. That's what the mother
Mm.
claimed, but we don't know for fact because the father had ongoing affairs.
Yeah.
Lucy's dad.
But Lucy said Nina didn't complain.
Mm-mm.
So I think mama might have went back,
She might have.
especially if the husband, it's a young buck.
Mhm.
I think she might have too.
She
But yeah,
might have.
but grandma had more than one suitor coming to her place.
Yeah, grandma had a roster. And then, of course,
She
Savvy,
had a starting lineup. Yeah, grandma had a starting
she
lineup,
sure
y'all.
did. And she's like, "Yeah, that's a different guy from yesterday, and so what?"
I know.
Um,
So we had Granny, Lucy, Savvy. Who else?
Nina,
All of
the
them.
parents,
Nina,
everybody.
everybody was nasty.
Yeah, because then Savvy messed around and slept with Emmett because she was drunk.
I
That's what
know.
started that whole
Wait, did
fiasco.
she sleep with? Oh, wait, Savvy did, but
Yes,
Lucy
Savvy.
did. Yeah, that's right. Lucy did.
No,
And she
Savvy
said, right,
did because remember
Savvy did.
she said I slept with him once and he's aggressive.
Aggressive. Yeah. And she's like, even though, I like it a little rough,
And look
but he
at
was.
that's so funny at that point when Savvy tells Lucy, Lucy's like, she knew I kind of liked him. And then she said, wait a minute. I said, in that moment, I said, girl, you're married. What are you talking about? And then she said, yeah, I'm married. I can't get mad.
That's your best fucking friend.
Yeah. She was going to be like, why did she sleep with him? She knew he was on my list.
She did not know he was on your
No,
list.
she did not.
You treated him like a friend.
Yes, but she did
That's why I
know
said,
that Emmett was been in love with her forever since high school. She did know that.
but you married.
She's married. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
so what?
It's free game.
They be
Free
passing
game.
it around this
Unless
town.
you said he's a future, a possible. He open.
Yeah, he's open. But it turned out to be not worth it anyway because he's gross. Nasty.
Oh, y'all nasty. Just a nasty Plumpton. What's the fucking Plumpton?
Yeah.
Y'all pumping and Plumpton.
Yeah. Basically. I mean, because they all just, they all need to line up at the clinic.
Right.
They pass this stuff around the town. My God.
Just nasty. Yes, girl. Yeah, that's what I was like. If I hear somebody else then slept with somebody else, because even Lucy was like, "Don't tell me, Ben, you're screwing my grandma," and I was like, "Nah, if." I don't think Granny would go for that, though.
No, because she knew that they were kind of looking at each other star-eyed. I don't think Granny would do that.
No. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, some of this stuff really did remind me of some cozy mystery, but I know all the other elements, it doesn't fit, but it did remind me. It gave me some cozy mystery vibes.
It was giving me Lifetime movie vibes.
That too. Yeah. Now, did you enjoy Lucy's sarcasm?
At times.
Because, and I asked that because, you read a romance book where there was a lot of banter and sarcasm and you didn't like it, the male character. So I was wondering, how did you like it here?
I think this time it didn't bother me like it did in the other situation, but I think because Ben wasn't trying to be her fucking daddy.
That too.
Ben wasn't trying to tell her,
Yeah. And I think she did that as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
I think she used her sarcasm as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Because she felt like, hey, everybody thinks I'm guilty anyway.
Yeah. And Ben actually says that before her interview. Remember? He says, she comes off this way that like flippant basically, but she's like this about serious topics. So that's just kind of her personality.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to kind of see how did you.
Oh, it's like night and day to me now that I think about it some more. Because that other book.
And that sounded totally different. I didn't think he was trying to be her dad. I just thought he was trying to be protective, knowing.
No, trying to tell her how to act, how to do. Okay, look, we're going to talk about that in the after show. If you want to know what book we're talking about, come back in the after show. Listen to the after show.
So that's our topic?
Yes, so we're going to talk a little bit about that book because I'll tell you all the problems I had. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we better close this out because we are probably moving on. I'm trying to think, do I have any more notes about this book? I think, let me look. I got one more spot I had some notes. No, I think we did talk about, January Lavoie could do no wrong for me. So as far as narrators,
She's excellent.
Dameron, I don't know. Did you check to see what else he has done? Because I liked him too.
Actually, I know some of the stuff he's done, but I can't really remember any of it right now.
Okay.
I feel like I actually interviewed him too. Back in the day on the podcast, I interviewed him.
Oh. Yeah, I just don't know. Um, I don't know if I've
Let's go
heard
on
his voice
Audible.
before.
Let's go on
Yeah, that's what I'm
Audible.
trying to get in there now. Oh, you're gonna give me a damn code. I love to
Did you know that they
FANFA.
were married?
Who?
January Lavoie and Will Dameron.
No.
Yeah, they
No.
got married. I'm just Googling it. They got married in 22.
Get out of here.
They are married.
Oh, he's done some Frida McFadden books, The
Mm-hmm.
Tenant. Let's see what else. Looks like he's done a lot of fantasy. Well, the covers look like fantasy. Look closer.
There it is. There it
He
is.
did. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, it sounded familiar, but I just couldn't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look closer. He did. He did Bride by Allie Hazelwood. You've listened to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think anything else that looks familiar. So at least we know those two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you have
Cool.
listened to him.
Oh, look at January. She didn't got married.
Yeah.
I like her. I like her a lot.
So let's rate it. Should we go ahead and rate it?
Yes.
All right, I'll let you go first.
I gave it a 3.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's fair. No, I think I'm gonna give it a 3 too.
I was like, she gave it a 4.
No, I didn't.
Which is fine.
I actually, so yeah, there were some things that I liked, but it was just when it was all said and done, it was really just an average installment, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think though, I would maybe try Amy Tintera again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like I hated her.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. But like you, like it was nothing spectacular about this story
Mm-hmm.
that stood out so much to me that I just had to be like, oh my God, like we always say, a 3 is it was good.
Yeah, it's perfectly
Will I
fine.
recommend it? If one of my friends say, I'm looking for a good book to read, what would you recommend?
Mm-hmm. Not
This
this.
won't be it. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it wasn't high
No.
enough. I
Mm-mm.
only recommend like 4s and 5s, really.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And, this might be a good starter mystery.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a good starter mystery book
Yeah.
for someone who's like trying to get into it, into mysteries. This might be good because it's nothing really complex.
Yep.
So I think this might be a good starter book for a mystery person.
Yeah.
It's nothing too graphic, like I can't give everybody Karen Slaughter.
Right. Unfortunately not,
Look at you, boy. You were like, oh no.
Yeah, I feel like I want to do some more,
You want to do some Karen?
I
You wanna
do. I feel
Karen?
like I want to.
She's got a new one out.
Does she?
We Are All Guilty. I
Hmm.
think that's a standalone too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, let's close this out.
Okay. Oh, actually, I did find the interview because I was like, am I losing my mind? Did I not talk to that man? I had to find it. I even did a giveaway for the audiobook. That was a long time ago,
Oh,
back in 2017.
which audiobook did you give away?
The Tercentennial Baron. It was something that he had did, and I know I didn't read it.
Okay.
So I don't really remember. I just remember someone reached out to me and asked me could I want to interview him, and I said,
Yeah.
I guess, sure, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm like, where is it?
Back in the day when you would just, you're like,
I was
I
interviewing a
don't do
lot
that
of people
anymore.
back in the day.
Yeah, you were. You were.
It
We
was
don't do that
exhausting.
anymore.
Y'all, I got burnt out. I was burnt out.
Yeah, because a lot of those, yeah, Oh, maybe we could talk about that too at the end, because that that was a lot,
Yeah.
because not everybody follows the rules.
Right. Girl, I had stories for days. You know what, though? I actually am thinking about doing interviews again, but maybe on a supplemental podcast. I've been thinking up ideas. So I don't know if
Oh,
I want to infiltrate Shelf Addiction with that again, because we found our audience, we found our pace, but I might
mm-hmm.
have something supplemental if I have somebody I really want to talk to, but it's going to be really
Yeah,
curated. It's not going to be a bunch of random people.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you've already probably read their something in their catalog
Mm-hmm.
or listened to them. Um, and I will say that is becoming a thing again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of authors now are wanting that to be on a podcast or IG Live and stuff like
I
that.
have a short list already. I would love to talk to
Oh, look
SA.
at
I
you.
would love to talk to SA Cosby. Uh-huh.
Yes, can we get in your inbox essay,
Yeah.
please, sir?
Yeah, we could.
Like,
Classy can join me for that one. Yeah, get on here
right?
with me.
Do we need to put up pictures and be like, and do some tweets like, look, remember
Yeah, do
us?
you remember
We would love
us? Yeah, I would like
back
to
in
talk
the
to him.
day.
There's a couple other people that are on my short list. I would
Yeah.
love to get into that again, but again, it's not going to be what it was. So when and if it comes back, it's not going to be the same iteration as before.
Hey, when you know better, you do better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
was young
And
and new to the scene.
right, and everybody's like
Yeah.
just hopping on. Now, like you said, it'll be more curated
Mm-hmm.
and it won't be as time consuming.
Got that right.
Yeah.
Because
I love that idea for you.
Yeah. So we'll
I
see.
do.
We'll see how it
Hmm.
goes. I got ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially with as many books as we've read,
Mm-hmm.
like you could throw out there, hey, we reviewed your book. We'd love to get on your podcast. I mean, we would love to have you on the podcast. It doesn't have to be long. It could be, like you said, 30
Short.
minutes.
I'm talking about short interviews, y'all. Because
Mm-hmm.
actually, before I was trying my hardest to get it down to 30 minutes, because some of them were long, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
get it down. So I have, like I said, I have lots of ideas on the interview style I'm going to go with, but
Yay!
we'll test it out. Probably talk about it some more, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
I
I
love that
have.
for you.
Yeah, I feel like why not? I feel like I want to do it again. So as long as it's feeling good, why not? When it starts
Hey.
feeling like blah again, I'll quit.
Yeah. I'd love to talk to you about that later. Like,
Yeah.
your short list, and if you can get at least how many off your short list, will you just do it and see if your audience and say, hey audience, how
How do you
you guys
like it?
liking this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at you, Tamara.
Yeah. I got to
Love
do some
that.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So we're going to end things there. We could tell you what we're reading next, but I need to confirm that with Classy in the after show. So if you are on Patreon, you will already know.
That's why she has to confirm.
Yes, because that's going up on Patreon, any day now. So those people
Okay.
get to know ahead of time. So they know far in advance what books they
Yep.
need to get, what's on deck. So they're not going to be surprised.
Yay.
Yes. All right. So this has been a fun episode. Thanks for listening to the entire thing. We appreciate you for doing that. And we'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Did you enjoy today's episode? If so, please head over to Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave a positive 5-star review. It's a simple action that makes a big difference. You can also like this episode on your favorite podcast player or share it with your fellow bookworm friends on social media. Joining the Shelf Addiction Patreon family is another way to support us. For as little as $2 a month, you can help our team create even more amazing bookish content. If Patreon isn't your thing, Consider becoming a supporter on the Spreaker app for just $5 a month and gain access to exclusive audio-only content. You can find me everywhere, including Instagram, X, and TikTok under the handle Shelf Addiction. Join our book club of the same name on the book club's website and app, where we discuss all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven Network. Thanks for tuning in.